Good afternoon, fight fans, and welcome to Escapade at Imagine Venues for Fury Challenger Series 4. Please welcome to the cage for your opening contest, Andy Nelson.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fury Challenger Series 4. I am Cody Owens, joined by Houston's own, fresh off his most recent success. Congratulations, brother. Alex Morono joining me in the commentary booth tonight. And we have got a stacked card this afternoon for you. We've got 14 fights overall. We got 2 amateur titles on the line tonight and a very stacked professional card with about 6 of those. So I'm really looking forward to some of these fights. Our first fighter walking out right now, we've got Andy Nelson from 10th Planet. He's got a 1-0 record, making his way to the cage right now.
Yeah, and speaking of Houston OGs, and thank you for the intro, Cody, we got Andrew Craig in his corner now in Austin, but he was one of the first guys in Houston to get signed to the UFC. It's always fun to see him, you know, with the next generation of fighters. We got his fighter in the cage, ready to rock.
Yeah, kind of going from the student to the coach now and giving it back. All right, Andy Nelson in the corner now. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Tyiere Mickens.
Tyiere Mickens representing War, making his way out right now out of the red corner. He's making his debut tonight. I know we got a little information on him.
Yeah, Ty's solid. I've actually trained with him a couple of times. It was so funny. First time I did a round with him, I shoot a takedown and he stuffs it like pretty hard, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's not bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're hitting the round. I score a takedown, he scrambles up, and after that I'm like, man, you know, this guy's had no fights. How is he doing so well? And he's like, yeah, I wrestled in college, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
T was supposed to make his debut on the last amateur card, but his opponent no-showed at weigh-ins. He made weights.
Weigh-ins.
I mean, that's rough. I've been waiting to see T's amateur debut. He trains with the guys at War, arguably the most packed roster of fighters in Houston. They are always busy. They're on every fight card. And again, I've been really looking forward to this fight. I'm happy it's the opening bout. You know, he's fighting a 1-0 guy in Andy Nelson. This is about as competitive as it's going to get. And man, just such a great fight to open up this card.
Absolutely. You know, you love to see someone come in as a debut fighter. You never know what type of previous experience they may have and any other accolades that they carry with them. And being a wrestler in college, not only in college, but at, you say, Oklahoma State, a very solid wrestling college to go to.
Oh yeah, and you can just see, you know, he's a big physical lightweight, 155er. You know, he's my height. He's got a good, you know, good athletic build on him. You know, as does his opponent. And you know,
yeah, checking out the tail of the tape there.
Yeah, I think, you know, T's a little bit younger, and there's just so much room to grow and learn.
So getting the last final touches there on Ty, getting the Vaseline on the face. Could be making his way into the cage just momentarily. Like you said, very good fight to get the night started. We got lots in store for the night, but I anticipate this one's going to get the pace set pretty quickly. So Ty walking in right now. In just a moment here, we'll be able to get our official introductions from our ring announcer, Wayne Leggett.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening contest is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing 10th Planet in Austin, Texas. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighted officially at 154.4 pounds. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, by way of Tacoma, Washington, he holds an amateur record of 1 win, no losses. This is Andy Nelson! And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, representing the War Training Center in Houston, Texas. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at a perfect 155 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, today he makes his amateur debut. This is Tyiere Mickens. Your referee in charge, Aaron Menard.
All right, referee making sure both these fighters are ready. Cage is locked up. Our first fight is underway. Andy coming out. Big overhand right. Does seem to land that overhand for just a moment. Ty moving off center line, trying to get his footwork going.
There's that big double leg.
There's
Didn't take much time, yeah. You know, Andy was doing a good job using his jab and his kicks to find range, but would bomb in something big as soon as they got in that A zone. And I think it's smart for Ty to use his wrestling early on, as Andy was having some success striking early.
Yeah, he landed a couple big shots there. You can see Ty didn't necessarily like that power. He went to what he was comfortable with, and now we find ourselves on the ground, him in a top dominating position for the moment.
You see T got the wrist ride.
Yeah,
it's going to lead to a back take. Oh, nice high kick there from T. Let Andy up to land that kick.
Yeah, you think maybe that comes with the confidence of knowing now he could probably get the takedown comfortably. Let's see what he can do on the feet a little bit more.
Nice right hand there from T.
Yeah, listening very well to the coach. Going to the body as well, just as coach requests.
In my opinion, this is what's most valuable for these amateurs, is like standing on the feet, finding the range, because this is what's most dangerous, most intimidating, and honestly, most important. You know, if you can't find your footing, you can't find your comfortability. A lot of low kicks. You know, these guys, for being a debuter and a guy with only one fight, they're looking really sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree with you there. You know, and these are amateur fights, so shorter rounds, 3 minutes with which to work with. So got to get the game going pretty quick if you want to get the job done early. You see Ty closing the distance against the cage here, now getting busy.
That was a really good knee there from Ty. I'd like to see T's chin just a little lower, maybe moving forward, but he's doing a good job. Both guys pretty measured. Notice they haven't really thrown anything wild. They're pacing themselves well. You can tell both guys train with a lot of professionals.
Yeah, Andy's showing some good footwork, kind of working his angles left and right, working his way in, not just moving in a straight line. Yeah, very good fundamentals for sure for both these guys for making their debut fights here. Well, at least for Ty. Big overhand right. About 30 seconds left here in the first round of our first fight of the afternoon.
Chin down, chin down, chin down. 30 seconds, chin down. There we go. 30.
Good call from T's coach on keeping the chin tucked.
See the takedown, looking to score here at the end of the first round.
I mean, you know, he's 2 for 2. He's only shot twice. He scored twice. And he doesn't shoot at his opponent. He shoots through his opponent. That's so important.
Kind of that blast double style.
And one thing that I've been working on a lot is running my feet on any shot, single legs, double legs, high seas. Nice kick on the break again there from T. Strong round from both guys.
Yeah, good way to end it there for T for sure. Good little wrestling exchange. Lets him up and lands a high kick just as the bell sounds. Good solid round there. Both these fighters, man, coming out showing some really good fundamentals, some great footwork. I'm impressed myself with the footwork. Alex, I'm not sure what really stood out to you most between them, but I know both of them exchanging on their feet. I liked watching that.
Yeah, I mean, it was really their patience and their technique was just really sharp. I mean, tell me this is a pro fight, and I believe it, which is awesome.
Absolutely. And as you anticipated, man, a really good way to get this card going. These guys coming out, a little bit of grappling, a little bit of striking, good back and forth round. So taking it into the second round, this could be anybody's fight just as of yet. I think Ty with a little bit of an edge, obviously, because of the takedowns.
Yeah,
but we'll see if he uses that tool a little bit more here in the second round. All right.
Both guys in tremendous shape. I mean, neither of them even breathing hard.
Yeah, a couple 155ers. Looking sharp. Second round just about to be underway here. All right, here we go.
I think both guys could use their jab a bit more, just to really find that range and set up the bigger shots.
He's looking for that right overhand. Keep that left high.
There's that jab we're talking about from Nelson, stepping in with it, finding a little bit of success.
Yeah, that may have been Nelson's best combos. Good right hand there from Nelson again. Ty reacted well, though. I mean, it landed clean, and he was just right back in his face.
Didn't seem to have an issue with it.
Oh, that was a big knee to the body.
Ooh. Looked like
a little bit of a foul, but
yeah, Ty kind of walked it off for a second.
Literally
I'm good.
walked it off. Oh, yeah, good for him. See both guys kind of using the jab. Andy especially finding some success.
few low kicks landing here for Nelson as well. That could pay dividends later, you know, taking away a little bit of the mobility from Ty.
Now again, the experience is just, you know, so valuable, but I do think, you know, Ty could rely on his wrestling a bit more. You know, he's here, it's 50-50. You know, either guy could land a big shot, but he's not met too much resistance from his entries on the takedowns. And he has done a good job getting up. Big right hand there from T. T is standing just a little bit upright.
Yeah, you see a little bit more, like I was talking about in the first round, a little bit more of the angles, a little bit more of the side-to-side movement from Andy there. T a little bit more walking straight in, and you see Andy going for his own takedown. Big moment in the fight right here.
Andy landed some good shots. T's got to react better here. There we go. He's firing back. I think he needs to focus on defense, though. It's dangerous to fire back when your back's on the cage. You got nowhere to go.
Yeah, Andy decided to take the foot off the gas there for a moment. Backed himself all the way to the other side of the cage here. Maybe need a little bit of a breath, I'd say.
Yeah, and T did a good job. You know, Andy scored well there, but T just came right back at him, tried to mitigate some of the scoring. You know, I'd say Andy's ahead. You just heard T's coach say you got to take it. Nice little check hook there from T. Made a body shot for it, but I think he landed the better of the shots there.
CT closing the distance here, looking to get some grappling against the cage, looking for that underhook, ankle pick action. About 30 seconds left here in the second round. See if you can get a score again at the end of the round. Solid knee to the body there from T. 10 seconds left in the round.
You know, T handled that flurry really well. I do think that may have given the round to Andy. I think it's 1-1 going into the third.
I have to agree with you. I think Andy was able to find a little bit more success on the feet there in the striking. He was able to get a little bit more movement. As you talked about, getting that jab going, I think that had the ability to set a little bit more of the longer combinations up for him. He was also landing the low kicks, paying dividends later. Here we're going into the third round, maybe taking a little bit of that mobility and movement away from T. Maybe we won't see as many shots, but again, able to score at the end of the round, so huge in the judges' eyes as well.
So one thing I love telling my guys who are either debuting or going into the third round for the first time is I tell them right now, I'm like, this is what mixed martial arts feels like. I know you're a little tired. I need you to like understand and embrace this feeling because it's not going to get any better. So I'm like, this is not abnormal. This is the standard. So like thrive in this environment because it's not easy.
Like this is essentially what we train for at this moment right here.
Exactly. So like don't become, you know, don't be discouraged by how you're feeling. It's natural, it's normal, and honestly, it's empowering once you can accept it.
Absolutely, yeah. Now both these fighters looking pretty worn, pretty battle worn going into this third round, huffing and puffing now for sure. But our third round underway. Let's see if one of these guys can get the job done here in this last round.
One thing I like from both guys a lot is there's been almost no wasted energy in this fight. Neither hyped up too hard, none throwing huge shots and missing by a mile.
And even in between rounds, both corners very calm, cool, collected in between. There's no frantic or no one really getting crazy with any information. It's very direct and delivered promptly.
Yeah, that's one thing that I you know, prefer when being cornered is calamity. You know, it's just being calm, no chaos. I don't like being yelled at.
Yeah, if you're freaking out, I'm going to be freaking out.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Or if you're freaking out, I'm going to just ignore you. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be cool.
CT here getting the underhook, get back to this clinch position, getting Andy's back against the cage.
Get the body lock, let's hit the trip. Or get the hands between the legs and lift.
So you see T is pummeling for double underhooks. He's got a good deep right underhook.
Shoulder strike, shoulder strike, shoulder strike.
Andy trying to get the turn there, but does land a pretty flush knee to solar plexus area. Still with his back stuck against the cage.
Yeah, pay attention to the head positioning here of Ty. He was doing a good job. And right there, like right to the inside. That's actually something I show all the time. Anytime I teach a takedown, we get inside head control first.
Nice knee. Shoulder strikes are there too. Don't forget about those. Halfway through the round, team. We're halfway through the round.
So this, and like, it can be so easy to kind of coast in a safe position, but like this is really, we need to put your foot on the gas and score. I like that T's going in for this trip. But like, I mean, anything definitive will put you ahead in the score in this third round.
Yeah, with just over a minute left as well. Anything significant within this last minute could really sway the eyes of the judges. We do have a fairly close fight up to this point, so something big, as you're saying, right here could really get you the edge.
I mean, like one hard level change, you connect your hands, you scoop their hips out, then you can coast on top.
Referee calls for a little bit of action against the cage there, so let's see if that kicks one of these guys into a higher gear. We're under a minute now.
Oh, I think that was a good jab. I don't think it was an eye poke. I think it was a good jab to the eye. That was good that Andy didn't react poorly there. That was huge.
Andy goes for the big overhand right, overcommits, and then T gets the level change. Now we're in a wrestling scenario against the cage once more. So
he should go down for a double leg and really score the takedown. That body lock drag down was good, but he didn't have really any top control time. And then even if it did count as a takedown, there was no damage done.
Yeah, it's right back up.
You know, and this is one of those moments where, like, after the fight, you're like, you know what? I kind of wish I would have really dug deep there. Same thing, good shot. He's got to drive through, though.
10 seconds left here in the last round. This could be our moment we were asking for. And that'll do it.
Good push from both guys.
Yeah, what a great finish to a great start to the afternoon here at Fury Challenger Series 4. These guys come out, like I said, set the tone, set the pace. What a great fight to get us going here. Got to get these judges involved early, make them really work tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tough one for sure. I mean, as you stated, man, both these guys in excellent shape. I mean, look at Andy Nelson here just hanging out. Hey, man, good job, talking, no problem. Not really looking too winded at all.
Now it's a good fight. It's technical. It kind of took place, you know, everywhere.
All right, looks like our ring announcer, Wayne Leggett, making his way over to grab our official's decision. He'll be walking here in the cage in just a moment, and we'll get our decision to this fight. Real close one to get the night going. And this is always an indicator too. How do the judges score? How do they, you know, how are we feeling? What's going on? What's scoring higher? We know obviously damage is always going to be a big indicator, but neither one of these guys really that busted. You can see a little blood there on the eyebrow of Andy now. All right, Wayne Leggett in the ring now. We're gonna see if we can get our announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision, brought to you by Space City Collective. All 3 judges scored the fight 29-28, declaring your winner. Oh, no, sorry. My mistake, 29-28 Nelson from Michelle Morales, 29-28 from Danielle Guevara Mickens, and 29-28 Nelson, declaring your winner by split decision, Andy Nelson.
Okay, so we got a split decision there for Andy Nelson, picking up the victory there.
Yeah, T had a little more control time in the third, but I think Andy landed more, and it's been a common trend. They're looking for strikes and damage over control time.